Essentials. Alright, guys, I want to say this right away. If you were not here for the live, that is okay. It is okay. You can tap in anytime through the space-time and receive the cord-cutting energies. Hello, Glittery Goddess, Reiki Master ASMR. Have you always had that long name? um, we just shifted timelines. Oh, I forgot my book. I gotta get my book. It's 10:01. Boop-a-doo-doo. It's 10:01. Do you know where your children are? Hola. Hello. Hello, Paloma. How are you? Hello, Rick. Hello, hello, hello. So yes, I want to reiterate that it's okay if you are not here for the live. If you come in later on and you want to receive this, that's okay. I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I missed it. And it's like, it's energy. It goes through space and time. It's not limited like our minds. It's not limited like our 3D world here where it's like, oh, I missed dinner so I don't get to eat. It's okay if you miss the live. And we are going to do a little cord cut, and I have my little space set up. I just want to, welcome people in, say hello. Hello, Ryan, the lion, Leon, Leonard, the Leo, lion, Lyran. He's a Lyran, just so you know. The Lyran energies are coming. They're here. It's time for the money. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. We need money. We need money to survive on this freaking weird planet. It's okay to receive it. It's okay to want it. I think that's some of the blocks too. So many things have been coming up within stuff. I pulled a couple of cards before I started tonight from my, this is the very first deck I created. And I didn't even know really how to create decks at the time, so I literally did the basic of the basic bullshit. You're welcome. And as you can see, very basic. I took a boop, boop, very, very basic. But I like my deck, okay? I put little cards in here. And so there's a lot of cards in here that are messages. There's only 7 chakra cards and a few of these cards that are for healing. And what came out was the solar plexus, the throat chakra, and the shadow work. So shadow work says, dive into the shadow to find the light, and deep wounds are in need of illumination. And before I came on here, I listened to the beginning of a reading that was literally like, you just shifted timelines if you see this. And I was like, let me click on it. And things that she was saying were aligning so heavily because of deep depression. I know I've had several divine feminines messaging me this last week, and they're all experiencing it to various degrees. So if you've been feeling, good to see you too. If you've been feeling depressed or down or dark, I did feel really, really bad, and then I came up out of it again. I think it's just kind of it's just a natural thing. It's okay to go down into those places. When you're there, it doesn't feel good. It's not easy. It's very difficult to come back up sometimes, but I've been seeing that in the collective. A lot of people feeling kind of down and out, or having major obstacles that they're going through in love, having things happen that are very triggering to them, feeling like I want to let go of this person, but I keep thinking about this person, or me and this person were getting close, and then this thing happened, and it's unexplainable to them, why would they do this? There's been a lot. So we're going to be cutting the cords from all of that stuff, but we still need to do the shadow work, and that's part of our duality here. And then I watched a thing from Dolores Cannon earlier, and she was literally saying stuff in there that I had just said the other day, the first video that I came back from my deep depression, I was saying, or even just to do with the witchy stuff that I saw the other day, where people are like, I want to hex this person because they were mean to me. She's like, in order to get out of here, in order to go to the new earth, in order to ascend and to leave this bullshit world behind, we gotta clear karma, and the way that we do that is through forgiveness. She's like, you can't dish out more karma and expect to leave here or to get out of this lower vibrational blah, blah, blah. I had it for 1 hour this morning, and I didn't understand it, feeling sad. There's other people too that are not typically the type of people who are depressed people. They don't live their life, because my whole life growing up, I was a depressed kid. That's why but I was depressed because of things that were going on in my fucking life. Like, it was fucked up. Okay? It was not a normal fucking childhood. Like, there was a lot going on. And, but then they told me I was bipolar, so that made me even worse. My whole life, I've struggled with it. But there's some people out there that don't really struggle with it, and they're feeling the effects of it, and then I think for some of them, they're feeling the effects from like their person, their twin flame, somebody that they're connected to that may be deeply depressed, and it's like washing over them. But also, if you're sensitive and you're doing this work and you're healing and you're growing and you're ascending and you're forgiving and you're releasing and you're trying to do the right things, you're naturally going to raise your vibration, but you're also naturally going to become more sensitive to what happens on our planet, and feel more empathy towards things that you may have once easily let go of, even if you're unconscious about it. I saw my twin's father on Monday. I forgot to tell you. Awesome. I'm sure that brought up stuff for you. And that's the thing that sucks about it too, is because like that type of stuff happens, right? She's like, I saw my twin's father. I know she don't want to be thinking about him, and I know she's trying to cut away, and I think like when you see your twin's father, what does that mean? Does that mean he's my twin flame and I'm supposed to be with him and the father's a sign, blah blah blah? And I see people say all these things and see all these things and read into all of these things, and I get it. I do the same fucking shit. It's like, because it's synchronicity, but it's also our frequency, and it's what we're thinking about, and what we're attracting. And sometimes we're gonna be seeing those people and having those little weird moments to let us know what we're rippling out. So if you're still thinking about him, you might manifest in reminders of him, just as well as we can manifest other synchronicities. So that's why I tell people to try to like wean off of that constant checking on them, constant thinking about them, to fill yourself up. And then it's like, then we feel like, what I did, I stopped, I did all of that, and then this thing happened, and it's like it threw it back in my face. But it's like your subconscious is still, you spent all this time thinking about this person, all this time, fixated, all this time wondering and looking at the signs and doing the readings and waiting and hoping. So your subconscious is still focused on that person on many degrees. And that's why I think it takes us time to fully get out of there. I had my dog pass and I quit my job and I'm moving forward. I'm so sorry. I keep seeing things about dogs, like, I have a lot of dogs, right? But I have not researched anything, but I keep seeing ads for like memorializing their their dog. And I'm like, which one of them is gonna be going? Because it's like these, oh, you can get a like replica dog that's like a stuffed dog, or you can get this like picture thing that glows, and or you can get this video thing, or like literally nonstop. And I have not clicked on any of them. I have not searched any of them. I'm like, stop it. I don't know if it's because I made. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to say. Okay, so Honey Bunny is going in for her surgery on the 15th. In my description box, there is a GoFundMe. If anybody feels inclined to send a little donation to that, it's an expensive surgery that we got to come up with the money for. He has $1,000 saved up. I have a credit card that I was going to let him use for the remaining amount if I can't get, like, I did already gather like $300 towards it, but whatever we can't get, I will let him use that credit card for. So yeah, but there's a lot of weird things going on with that stuff, with the dog stuff, and I'm like, which one's gonna go? What, oh my god. And Sadie Lady's old, so she's the oldest, and then it's Monoman, and when Monoman goes, you won't see me for a while. I'm not gonna be okay, at all. He's my soul dog. Boo boop. It was like a frustrated, depressed state for no reason and only for a short time. A lot of people are feeling that, Rick. I know another girl who, she went on vacation, and I feel bad laughing, but she laughs about it now too. Like, she went on vacation and just bawled her fucking eyes out from where she lived to like where she was headed, next to a stranger. The guy next to her was like, and then her phone wouldn't charge and stuff, so he had to help her with her charging her phone, and she's had a lot more days like that where it's just like these random bouts where she's like unable to not cry, and she's like, why am I, like, she's not that type of person. She's not a sad, depressed, low vibey, like, she's usually out partying, having fun, going around. Like, I don't know if it's because they made her sit down for a fucking little bit that she had to face what was ever she was running from. That could have happened, especially if the phone's not charging. That will happen to us. Like, we live in a world of easy distractions. If we're constantly trying to run away from what's inside of us or what we need to deal with within those shadow stuff, sometimes they force us. Like, I've had the power go out here for fucking 3 days at a point, and I'm like, haha. So sometimes they force us to feel stuff that we may not realize on the conscious level, but on a subconscious level, it's like, yeah. Hello, hello. Oh goodness, oh goodness. There's more of you. Okay, hello, hello. Got a shower. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for being here. Got to shower and eat, but I'm on here. Awesome sauce. Much peace and positive vibes, Miss B. Thank you. Capricorn has to do with pets' second full moon. Okay, interesting. There's been so much of it, and it freaks me out. I've been seeing that on my For You page on Instagram. I'd be crying because, like, no, stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of triggers in the collective right now from like I know one woman who's been on her twin flame journey for a long, 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 long time, and like out of nowhere the person blocked her on Instagram, and she like, like, what the fuck, like, why, like, that's never happened. Even when I've done this to him, he didn't do that to me. Like, what is the point? Why is he doing that? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he could just got rid of Instagram. But like, those are our natural instincts. Like, we just go to like the worst case. Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes like people get their accounts like deactivated and taken away because of whatever. She might know for sure though, because she could go make a fake account and go check and see is he still existing from other accounts. But you know what I mean? There's been a lot of people that are messaging me. So if you feel sad about your twin flame, or you feel sad about something, or you feel triggered or nervous or whatever, that's been in the energies. But it did shift for me, and I feel like it's starting to shift for others back. I know another person that was talking. She messaged me during the time that I was in my deep depression, so I didn't message her back until tonight, because I saw someone visited my website from where she lives, and I was like, oh yeah. She was talking to a guy, but she's also been on the twin flame journey for a long time, and she's like, what do you think? Like, do you think but I keep seeing these signs that maybe blah blah blah, or I hear these songs that maybe blah blah blah. And it's like, I think if you are exploring the idea that you are, and you're talking to other guys, and you're interested in other guys, like I've been noticing that myself too. Like, I'm getting interested in other guys. That didn't used to happen. Like, I couldn't even force myself to think of other guys, but like now I look at other guys and I'm like, oh, he's not a bad looking guy. Like, where does he live? I even sent a friend request to a guy today that we have one mutual friend with, but when he popped up and I saw him, I was like, because I feel like he would be someone that I would be a good friend type of person with, and he does like the stuff that I do. He's into the Moon Key stuff. Like, what are the fucking chances? Okay, we could be friends. Like, but that would have never happened before. And it's okay to happen. And it's, again, that's why we're doing the cord cutting tonight, to let us cut the cord. Because if we've been hanging on to a karmic and calling it a twin flame, then we're not going to get to a divine union. So if we're really meant to be with that person and we cut cords, they can't be cut out. I call on Archangel Michael, I call on the universe and everything. And if you have a twin flame, there's supposedly a cord that can't be cut. So even when we cut cords, we're cutting cords of negativity. We're cutting cords of karma. We're cutting the darkness. We're cutting the fears, the blocks, the illusions, the lies, the limitations, to all of the things, whether it's financial, money, love, um, your wealth, your health, all of those things that are being blocked. We're cutting the cords to that stuff, but we're leaving anything that's positive and good. On my walk at work, I was going through the neighborhood and saw a poor stray cat. He looked so dirty and sick. He was so spooked. I couldn't help him at all. Sometimes the best thing to do with those situations is when I was driving for Amazon in the big truck, I was like, oh, because I would see cats whenever they would send me to these like slummy places that the cats were, in the slummy places, not with a home. If you can bring like a blanket and some food or something to leave there, and tell animal control. Sometimes it depends on the place. Animal control, they're supposed to be their job. They shouldn't have the job if they don't care. They should go out there and find them and at least help. But at least you care. There's a lot of people who don't care. So you could call somewhere and tell them where you spotted it and let them know. that way you can like let go of that guilt, because when we have those things happen, it pulls on us. Like, I had a dream cat come back and haunt me and make me all sad, and it's not even a real cat. It's like, I forgot that there was cats, and the cats are totally fine. They're big, fat, fine cats. But I was upset that I forgot that they lived up there in my fake land that I live in another place that I visit apparently once a year. I've been trying to detach from readings and following twin flame stuff, but not sure if that's okay. It's totally okay, because I feel like it depends too on who you're following. Like, I was a twin flame reader. Like, that was my full-time job. That was my full-time income. You know, everything I was doing, I built around twin flame stuff. It was not easy to be like, let me just walk away from, this is my small channel, you know? Like, that was the big channel. That was the big money. That was my integrity fighting and being like, this doesn't feel right anymore, because I don't like that. I don't like reading these things. I don't like seeing that people are stuck. I don't like seeing that people are hurting. I don't like seeing that I might be feeding into a reality that isn't serving people. So I would rather come over to this. And I made this channel just because I didn't want to put, it was like I knew before I knew. It was divinely guided, and this channel continued to grow even when I didn't produce any content and I got sick with Lyme and I couldn't do things to the degree that I did before, but it was all part of the path. But it's okay to let go. It's okay to not follow that. It's okay to open up to love that's going to show up, and start thinking about what divine love means to you. You know, some days I want to let go and the rest I miss him, so I'm confused. And I feel like you know what you miss? You miss the idea of him. You miss the idea of what readers have read. You miss the idea of what could be or what could have been if he had done what should have been done, if he was gonna do good things. But he didn't do good things, and that's not the reality. The reality is he hurt you and he lied and he did some stuff, and it's like you're such a good person that you forgive him and love him and don't, you're willing to let that stuff go. And that's a beautiful thing about you, but somebody else deserves that devotion and that love if he's not returning it. And we all have that, I believe. A lot of us have that within us. The feminines that I know, the masculines that I know that come here and they're continuously coming here and coming here. It's like, you guys are good people. You want true love and you exhibit true love, but you need to receive true love back. And I feel like some of us don't feel worthy of it. Some of us have been damaged. Some of us have PTSD. Some of us have shadow work to do. Some of us have ego issues where it's like we have a lack of confidence. Some of us, our ego got bruised. Like I saw people in that fucking witch group. I was like, that witch group has like really given me some new perspectives. I think I'm witchy, but I'm not on that side of the witchy where it's like, let me hurt you. But there's people in there and somebody's like, we broke up and blah blah boop and I need a spell so that he can come back. He wants space, but I need a spell to like bring him back. I'm not gonna honor his free will. I'm not gonna honor what he needs right now. I'm gonna spell. So I commented to her and was like, listen, don't do that. You know, like, you don't want him to come back because of a spell. You want him to come back because he wanted to come back. You don't want to think down the years like he just came back because you did some magic. Like, give him the space that he needs. And I could see her doing that crazy bullshit, like his sun sign is my moon sign and my moon sign is his thing sign and this thing and that thing in the fourth house. And I get that. I've been there. I've done that weird shit. Like, looking for all the signs that I'm right. And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong about the things. It's okay. It's okay that maybe we are right, but we're not right now. That's okay. But I'm seeing these things and it's like, oh my God, like, it's okay to let people, like, hurt us. We can forgive them. But I think in the cases, it's like she doesn't really want to do that. She wants him to make her ego feel better because he rejected her. He left her. So she's hurting. And I think a lot of us feel that way. It's like, he rejected me, he denied me, he left me, and now he's talking to her, and what's better about her than me? So we want to like change ourselves to accommodate some person that has made it clear that who we're showing to them, wasn't who they wanted to hang out with at that time. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with who we are, and that there isn't another person out there who will be like, wow, you're a fucking goddess. I love everything about you. I have a lot of empty space now that I'm now watching videos about twin flames all the time, and I don't know what to do and feel empty and more confused. Stop watching the videos, man. Try. Like, I swear to God, there's been times in the past where I was like, oh yeah, I'm not like what I was before. And I still kind of was. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's slowly gotten better. But I stopped watching readings. I stopped performing the readings because I stopped watching readings for a long time. But I was still doing them. So I was still receiving the messages and tapping into that energy, like, excessively. I think that's why it was so easy for me to blow up that fucking YouTube channel, because I was obsessed with the situation rather than the thing. You know what I mean? Like the job of being consistent and doing my readings every day. Like, it was easy because I was a fucking weirdo. But I slowly got away from being that way, and I continue to get away from that way. It's okay to watch a reading here and there. Like, I'll admit, there's occasionally, like, on my Instagram, there's a lady that pops up. Her videos are 30 seconds long. She does part one and part two. I'll watch the part two if the part one resonates. But I've also noticed, because I've been backing up from that stuff, and because I'm not acting the ways that I used to, and not focusing on, like, let's look for every little sign, and even when I stopped doing the readings and stuff, I still had all the decks here, so I'd still, like, split the deck, like, all the time. Last night was the first time that I actually, like, did, like, a little reading thing, and I didn't even intend for it to be related to love. It was just that the cards are out because people had done private readings with me, and the ones that came out were like, I'm about to break, and it matched the chord. So it was like, okay, this makes sense. But it's a thing that just takes a little time. And but I do notice the readings shift over time. When you pull away and you start acting in a different way and thinking in a different way, speaking in a different way, feeling in a different way, you're going to attract different messages. For me, I think it's after I finish work things that I have more space to face my issues. See, that's exactly what it is. I feel like people are getting, like, when they, that's just an indication that you gotta face some stuff. We gotta stop distracting ourselves. I don't feel interested in guys right now, but if I did, I can move on from the twin flame person. And that's the thing too. Do I vape? Yeah, I have. Well, not vape like smoke, cigarette vape type, but like the vape of this thing. Weed. Weed vape. But it's not all I do. I do this too. This and this, but not on it every day. This one, my dad gave me some weed that's too strong. This once in a while, like one hit at a time. But yeah. The neighborhood was actually nice though, but yeah, I couldn't do much because I was at work, and if he goes to animal care, he'll get out, he'll get put down. Depends on the area. But I know it sucks. Yep, that's when I found you doing twin readings. I've been following you that long. Wow, awesome, thank you. You're totally right. I miss my idea of my life with him. I need to accept that. He's physically different too from the picture I've seen. And I've seen other girls seeing that they look at him and he's different, or he's like totally like one girl sent me a picture of him, and I was like, what the hell's wrong with him? She was even like, what the hell happened? Like, he don't look the same. He's not looking right. Like, and that's a good thing. It's a sign that, like, all right, your fucking rose-colored glasses are coming off. But yeah, the other two cards that came out are throat chakra and solar plexus. So we got to find healthy ways to feel confident without being overly aggressive or under aggressive. And we got to stop needing that, like, I need this person to come back and gratify my ego or tell me that I'm still worthy of love, or like, because a lot of, like, for me, I've never really been rejected by anybody. So when somebody rejected me, he's the only fucking person who did. Like, that fucked up my ego. So I did a little obsessy, but it was also my first love. So I think that's some of that too, because I see so many, and I still see so many things. It's like, I'm not even seeking these things out, but it's always like I'm in a comment section like, oh, we met and at this time, and then 30 years later we got back together and we're married now, and it still happens like regularly, but I don't read into it the way that I would before. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that just must mean that, like, we got 10 more years and then we like, and I waited very long periods of time. But I also feel like that was a self-defense mechanism too, because I knew he wasn't available. So it was like, I don't go seeking out dudes. Like I literally just kind of recently started looking, but I'm not like going out at night. I don't hang out anywhere. I don't talk to people. I don't have dating apps. I don't do any of that shit. I've spent 7 years just being by myself with one individual that's like comes and goes, but even like I don't want that, because it's like, what the fuck are you doing when you're out there, first of all? Because I might as well just be sleeping with 100 people, because whoever you sleep with and whoever they're sleeping with or did sleep with is now in my energy, and I don't want that. um and the other one is throat chakra. Okay, so fear of communication, lack of truth, inauthenticity in their relationships. Time to get on it. And I've noticed that's a big problem too, is like these girls are like, well, we saw each other and blah 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 blah, and she doesn't say anything that she wants to say, and so he doesn't hear anything that she wanted to say, and then he doesn't say anything. So it's like a lot of times you guys mirror these weird things too, where it's like both people are afraid to just fucking say what they feel or what they want to say or what they actually want. And a lot of people are just wounded and hurt and burdened and not okay. It's time to get honest, real, and vulnerable, communicate telepathically or in person. And how are you showing up in the world? And I know some feminists do that too, where it's like they get triggered and they can go one or two ways, where it's like they start posting memes and songs and things that are like, fuck you, I hate you, or I miss you so much and I can't live without you, and or sometimes both. And they see it, they know, and they might do things back to you, but those aren't authentic things, and those aren't healthy things. So we gotta clear those things. So we're gonna turn around, we're gonna do the cord cut, and I did write up a little thing. Tonight we are cutting cords from all that no longer serves us, all of the illusions, the pain, the darkness, depression, sadness, grief, and hate. We let go of the limited beliefs, ideas that we have learned and adopted. We cut cords and clear contracts of karmic inheritances, past lives that no longer are allowed to hinder our path forward. We are ready to rise. We are ready to grow. We are reclaiming our power. It's time to heal and evolve. It is time to remove those who can't come. And we are open to true love, abundant blessings, peace, comfort, truth, letting it flow. The lessons were learned and we can let go. So, boop. Why doesn't it boop when I want it to boop? I said boop, bitch. All right, so we got some sock. We got our candles. We're going to do some magic. Obsession is what is wrong. Yeah, we don't want to it's not even good, like think of like the memes and stuff, or like the thing, like I just saw that girl in my mind, like where she's like obsessed with a guy and she's got braces on and stuff, and she's all like that's not, we don't want to do that, right? Like, you don't want to be that girl. We don't want to be obsessed. Why are you so obsessed with me? This is how I'm gonna make my circle. I might just change my mind and let you in my life forever if you ask me to. Sorry, I've had that song stuck in my head. I saw a video that I recorded like a couple years ago when I was driving in the car and Celine Dion was on. So since I saw that quick little clip, I've had that song in my head and I have shifted it into many different other songs. All you gotta do. We got a perfect fucking circle. Yeah. I love it when it's perfect. Circles are powerful. People laughing at me. I know I'm weird. It's okay. I laugh at me too. All right, so let's do some stuff. Let's light. See, wasn't that a good trick for the perfect circle? You guys could get a bowl. Put the bowl down. That would actually be easier because the bowls are rolled. So you could just like roll it around it. You know? If you're weird like me and you like to do weird shit. And once again, if anybody's just coming in, you are welcome to add your intentions to receive these energies tonight. We're cutting the cords to things that no longer serve. The people, the places, the ideas, the beliefs, the limited illusions that are blocking us from receiving our blessings in love and abundance, our health, our wealth, our joy, so we can ascend to the new earth, bitches. I heard that this is like, I've never done this before. So I know how to do it. Like, I've heard about it. I've just never actually gone through all the steps of doing it myself in this way. I usually call on Archangel Michael to cut my cords, and my cord cutting meditation on the channel is like the thing that has the most views. So I think that's just as powerful to call on Archangel Michael to come in and cut your cords. But with this, you could do any colors, but they say to do black and white or black and whatever color you want. Like you could do green for healing. I'm doing white for the purity. We want to purify the energies. And this is actually brown, but it's representing like the darkness. A lot of people use black. So we're going to tie this around. And I heard that it was difficult to do, but we'll see how difficult it is. I loved it. You're awesome. Thank you. If you have any requests for songs, let me know. So there we go. We tie that one. Boopity bop. I'm interested to see. And I'm going to do them kind of up high so that we don't have to like spend all night watching it burn to get there. But we just want it to get going, you know. I'll still let it go through and burn down all the way because the whole process is a process. Like the way that the candles burn. I've done candle magic. I've just never done it with the cord. I've done other ones. I've made them like with the jar and the cord, but that's like a different way. I've just never done this actual thing here. But yeah, we'll watch it and we'll get to the good part quick because we want to cut that black dark neck nastiness out, you know, the darkness. We want to cut the brown candle is the one that is representing like the stuff that's not pure in our lives. And the beliefs that are, and I even have the black and the white here to also help us with that. Because we live in a world of duality and everything is dualistic. And it's not always easy. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Hey, Boosh! I think I originally found this channel in my cord cut and search. It's, yeah, that video has like 90,000 or 100,000 almost now people who've watched it. And that was just like a random, I'm going to do an Archangel Michael cord cutting. And it just blew up and it still gets recommended like on my, like in my settings in the background, like the YouTube studio. They're like, you should do more things like this. And I do more things that they tell me to do? No, that's why my channel stopped growing like it was growing. But whatever. It's growing again. And it's still doing good. Doing much better than the other one. So, alright. Once again, we want to clear the space. We want to allow our energy to get grounded and stable and secure in this moment. I'm calling on the angels and archangels, the ascended masters, the multidimensional beings of light, the Palladian, the Arcturian, the Lyran, Andromedan, Sirian, Vegan, avian consciousness to assist us as we create the sacred space to cut the cords to what no longer serves us in our lives. We no longer wish to hold on to the darkness, to the illusions and the lies that have held us back in our life. We are ready to burn. We are ready to learn. We're ready to face the shadows and to forgive and to forget, to heal and to ascend. We are cutting cords from all that no longer serves us. All of that pain and that darkness, the depression, the sadness, the grief, any hate. We let go of all of these things, all of those lies, all of those beliefs that we have adopted from our ancestors, from our society, from our own experiences. We cut and clear the contracts to those karmic inheritances. We cut and clear, and we call to Archangel Michael to join us in this work, to wave his sword of light above and below and on all sides of us, energetically, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We trust and we know that only the love will remain, the light, the healing, the higher vibrations. And we may attract in once again at another time things of karma from past lives, or we may create new experiences, but we will always have the power to create and to manifest and to release ourselves from these things. It is a choice to be angry, and it is a choice to be sad. It is a choice to let things hold on for too long. So tonight we choose to no longer hold on, to allow ourselves to release and to let go, to forgive and to trust and to know that we are ready to rise and we are ready to grow. We are reclaiming our power. We are here to evolve. We speak into existence a new timeline of abundance, of blessings, of true love and light. We are ready to create new opportunities. We are ready to heal. And we know we are not alone. Archangel Michael, wave your sword. Cut the cords from our crown and from our soul star. Allow us to illuminate our consciousness now. Allow us to see with our ancient eyes. Cut the cords from our third eye. Cut the cords and allow us to expand our consciousness. Allow us to understand the lessons that we have come to explore and to dive through, so that we may release them with ease and grace. Help us to see how we can forgive and how we can heal, how we can ascend. Cut the cords from our throat and allow us to speak our truth. Allow us to know the right words to use to create peace, to create harmony, to express ourselves with others, to express ourselves with love, and to receive loving intentions and words from others, to speak into existence the things of our heart's desires. We are creators, and we can create with the thoughts that we think and the words that we speak. And we ask you, Archangel Michael, to cut any cords, any energy, any residue that has kept us from doing such things with our voice. Even if it shakes, allow it to speak into our world what we are ready to behold. And cut the cords from our heart. Anything that has hurt, anything holding us back, release it, allow it to remove, and allow us to forgive, to move forward with grace and ease. We forgive those who have hurt our ego. We forgive those who have lied. We forgive those who have denied their wrongdoings. We forgive those who have broken their promises. We forgive those who did things out of their own hands, and those who were out of control, those who did it purposely and those who did not. We forgive you right now from the heart. It is okay. We understand. We had a contract, but it's no longer relevant. We let it go right now. We clear it. We break it. We release it. And Archangel Michael, we ask you to again assist us in cutting the cord from our solar plexus. Allow us to feel empowered, to feel stronger, to feel confident, to know who we are. We do not need the recognition of others. We do not need for someone to tell us we are beautiful. We know it innately inside. Allow us to remember this on those cold nights. Allow us to trust, to heal, and to rise. And Archangel Michael, cut the cords from our sacral. Allow us to release the residues of past lovers and those that they have loved, and anyone that has had harm in their heart or harm in their soul when it came to us and what they have transferred to us. We release it, we revoke, we speak into the smoke. We transform the pain into power. We forgive, we heal, we rise. And Archangel Michael, wave your sword of light again. Once more for the root chakra to feel safe and secure as we burn these cords and we heal more. We are safe and we are secure in our light, in our passion, in our purpose and truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy shit. Look at all of that. So, I'm going to watch it back later to, like, really, because I was kind of channeling there and I had my eyes closed for some of it. But to interpret what went happening, I'll probably do, like, a voiceover later and do, like, a little reading of the parts that I've missed. But, yeah, this is good. There's like 3 flames happening over here. This one is huge, so I feel like this one is, you know what I mean? Like, this is pretty powerful. And I think it started to, if anybody noticed when it started to burn, was it at the heart or the solar plexus? I think it was like starting to flicker at the heart. But it's interesting because when I did the cards tonight, the cards that I pulled out were the solar plexus, the throat chakra, and the shadow work. And again, this deck is not full of those types of messages. You know, it's like, it's full of messages from the person, but there's a couple, there's 7 for the chakras and a few for these, like, healing cards. But here, yeah, we had the throat chakra, the solar plexus, and the shadow work. And I feel like the solar plexus is when it really took off, when we got there with Archangel Michael. So it's very interesting. I like it. I like doing candle stuff and seeing the ways that it burns and the way that the flames go. Thank you. You're the most amazing ever. Thank you. You guys are awesome sauce too. And you can see, like, the waxes are, and again, we're living a world of duality, so it's like we're never gonna be totally like, oh yeah, all the darkness is completely gone. It's okay to have darkness too. It's okay to get upset. It's okay to be mad. You know, I can remember when I was younger, like, I would be like, I want to do some bad things to people who made me mad. But as I got older, that stuff went away. I still get mad. I still get frustrated. I get more mad in defense of others than myself. But that's also a darkness within me. That's like, I've got to learn how to speak up for me rather than others. Oh my God, I got it. Oh, love, whoop, whoop, love, wow. Love this. Wow, what I'm going through. Thank you, Bridget. You're welcome. I got out of the shower. What did I... You missed the whole dang bitch, but you can go back and watch it again. Imagine the purge from your soul. I know, man. So don't be surprised if stuff comes up. You know, I'm expecting good things because, like, I already went through, like, 3 weeks of darkness there. It was really fucking difficult and bad. Oh, look, there's 2 flames. We got 2 flames on the light, in the light. 2 flames. We're calling in our true twin flame, whoever that may be. Come on, baby. We're ready. And that could even be in our career, in our life. You know, who's the perfect person we're meant to be working with? Who's the perfect person who's going to bring harmony to the duality? Because if you're the feminine, you need a masculine. And if you're the masculine, you need a feminine. And that doesn't mean they have to be, you know, a masculine with a peepee. It could be a woman that's a masculine with another woman that's a feminine. It doesn't matter. But we need the other part so that we can bring the balance, you know? We need somebody. You know that I could use somebody. Someone like you. Oh, I didn't know that it did that. That it could zoom. I didn't. Oh, it looks so cool like that. Yes, a twin flame. We got a twin flame. Union. Doesn't it look like the flames on the plate now too, in the circle? And I like how the wax is messing up my cheese board, but that's okay. It's not even a cheese board that I use. I keep it over there on the other altar, the backup altar. It's so cool. I gotta do more. I have other candles too, so I could do more for people, you know. I can order more black ones, but now I'm gonna be like addicted to doing this. How every day I'm like, I made one dream catcher, let me make 100. I've done one of these fiery things because I got plenty of the cords, but like I could do white and pink, and we could do binding too. I'm not really a fan of binding like another person. I feel like binding us to abundance, binding us to blessings, binding us to true love without being like, oh, so and so, not a true name, you know. And that would be safer to have like me do it for you, because if you're sitting there thinking, oh yeah, true love, but the whole time you're thinking him, that's probably like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to infringe on free will. But if you're like, well, I know Bridget's not gonna be like knowing who my guy's name is that I want it to be, but she's gonna do it for true love. You know, we could do things like that. That's why I'm like, I am witchy, but I ain't the other way. I don't go to that darkness. I'm afraid of it. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a pussy. Too afraid of the repercussions. I've already got enough karma without doing any stupid shit, guys. I don't want to do any of that. This is what I used tonight. I just cut like a piece of this off. I don't know how to bind it all, but I do like candle magic. Yeah, and like I've done a binding before where it was like I knew something was going on, so like I put like, you could do no more harm to me, do no more harm to me, do no more harm to me, and then wrapped it up with ribbon, like on a piece of thing. Like I had like a, what do you call that? When you make a petition. I made a petition. I was like, you can no longer, and I didn't bind them from doing anything in their life or living their life, just no more harm to me, you know? And that's not me going 10 times 3 back to them. That's literally just stop, you know? I bind you from fucking with me anymore. And then wrapping it with my ribbon that I had. And then another way to bind is like to take 2 candles that represent something and to write on each one like your name and what you want. And then like what we just did here tonight, we can take a piece of this and make the circle, put them together with the intention of binding. Tonight the intention was breaking apart, but like we had them a little spread apart, you know, that if you're wanting to like bind, you want to get them closer together. And everybody does it their own way. There's no exact right way. I'm just giving you an idea to jump off from. You don't have to do the circle. You don't have to do Palo Santo. Like, whatever you want. And I saw a post the other day where someone was like, I feel so upset. I've used sage my whole life and, like, since being in my spiritual practice and blah, 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 blah. And then some person told me that I shouldn't because she's, like, not a Native American or not this or not that. And I said in the comments, because it was in that, I've been actually commenting and being in the witch group for some reason, like, I see a lot of questions that I can answer. So I was like, listen, the fucking plants and everything here, the herbs and all that, that was here before us. It does not belong to any one person. And like racism goes back both ways. Like they're being racist to you by being like, you can't use only our plant. And I'm pretty fucking sure Mother Earth wasn't like, these plants right here, only for these people with these colors on their skin. Not you. That's not how it works. And then I saw a little later a person who is actually Native American, came in and was like, this is the best comment about my comment. So I was like, thank you for fucking validating that, because it's hard to say those things, but it's a fucking truth. We don't need to do like, this is mine and only mine. That's just as bad as saying other types of things, you know, like, oh, it's just as bad as only these people can sit in the front of the bus type of shit. It's stupid. Thank you. Oop, I missed some. I was going fast. The white is hairy. Oh, goodness. How many did I miss? Okay, there we go. I will watch it back later. I was sweaty from work. Also tend to be more masculine, but I want to be more feminine. You know what? Just honor your energy as it is. I don't see you as masculine. Like the times I've seen you and stuff and hear from you, you seem pretty damn lady person, you know? Um, but if you keep thinking that way, like I need to change, I'm not enough in this way, you're going to keep seeing that about yourself. So just honor that, like, you know, like maybe take a bubble bath. That'll make you feel girly. But you're already a woman. You've already got the titty bitties and the hole in the hole. You are a lady. The white is hairy. I don't know. It is. Let's get some hair. It burned fast. It did, but you missed a good amount because I did a whole like and it took a little while. It like I did the 8th chakra, I did the 7th chakra, I did the 6th chakra and the 5th chakra, and it started to catch at the end of the 4th chakra. So that's 5 chakras I went through before you and I did those ones longer than the bottom ones. Free will, exactly. I don't know how to bind. Okay, we saw that. I feel I shouldn't do love. Probably not. Especially not if it's just for one. Like, you could do a sweetening spell. Like, I want to sweeten myself up. I want to feel more feminine. You could do that. You know, like, we could get some. Like, you could do, like, an Aphrodite thing. I've done the Aphrodites where it's like a self-love spell, because if you're fucking loving yourself and you're feeling feminine and sexy and awesome sauce and you're not doubting yourself and thinking I'm too masculine, you're going to be more radiant to the masculines that are around you because you feel that way. All you need is some pink stuff and some, like, I do like little rose petals, the pink candle or red candle with intention. Most of the spells and things that I've done with candles and all that is literally just me being guided to do, and I did, and it worked. Like, crazy fucking shit always happened. Even shit that I was like, oh my god, I can never do that again because that was a mistake. Like, you know, sometimes we got to be very clear, but you know, don't limit yourself. I got a bunch of Cap stuff in the chart, so my comment is yeah, me too. I have the Capricorn rising, the Capricorn moon, and I think that's why when I see people doing shit that's wrong, it really fucking upsets me, because I'm like, you guys are gonna pay for that. That's not good. No, no, no. Like, I know you don't want to do that, but we're ruled by the fucking planet of that shit, of like karma and justice and order. I wanted to show you guys this because this was in the bag. I keep seeing the Olympic rings in my mind's eye for some reason, and like every time I turn around, something reminds me of it. These are the rings that I got for making the dream catchers before, and they start off, so you get different sizes. They start off looking like these. Metal. See, I was a little bit, I used to teach the class, so I would have all the supplies for people, but I would even make some ahead of time, because this is a very time-consuming part of it, to wrap this shit around there. But once you wrap that shit, oh, that shit isn't even in here right now. It's in another room in another bag. But once you wrap the suede around this, which is like very thin, see how thin it is? It takes fucking forever, and you gotta keep tightening it, tighten it, tighten it, push, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, push. Once you do that, you tie it, and then you start with your sinew, which looks like this. And then it's so easy, man, very easy. It's one move over and over. You tie this little knot here, wherever you want, and if you make it too far apart, like if you make it like this far apart, it will take you less time to make it. If you only do it like this far apart for the next one, it's going to take much longer because it becomes more intricate in the middle. So like, and you want to keep them kind of like spaced out evenly. So you literally would just go to the next one. I usually like use a finger or something, and then we just loop it like through here, loop like that, and then pull it tight, okay? And then we just keep going until we're good. But we want to like try to make it tight. This isn't the perfect example because I haven't stripped this sinew into like a very thin piece, but we would try to keep it like that, you know? Go to the next place, go through, boop, kind of the same. And you just keep doing that all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. And when you get back to here, you go in the center of this one and do that exact same thing that I just did here until you get to the center. And then you leave a little hole and you get this. So that's it. See how easy that is? I can make one live at some point if anybody wants me to, but I just wanted to show you guys that because it's right here in my bag, and all the shit that goes with it, like the fancy feathers, and more feathers, and more feathers. I'm a little weird. I can make you pretty much anything when it comes to arts. Let's see, I thought earlier no one is getting me off my mountain. Is it bad to send bad back? I wouldn't recommend doing it, man. Because again, like, if you've ever heard of Dolores Cannon and all the channeling and things that she's done, she literally just, like, confirmed that to me the other day. Or today, actually, rather. Because I said that the other day. Like, I get it. I totally get it. You might want to be like, return it to them 10 times 10. But you're just perpetuating more karma that way. You're just gonna, like, it doesn't end it. It's like, I forgive you and I let it go. Because otherwise, you're gonna keep coming back to this life and playing these things out again over and over and over until you can learn those lessons to forgive and forget and to move on. Like, don't stoop to their level. Don't keep sending it back. Like, take it and transmute it. That is the best way. Look, it's still going. Take it and transmute that shit. You know what I mean? Like, instead of trying to get them back with it, be like, anything they send my way that's negative, I'm taking it, I'm transmuting it, and I'm powering myself up. I'm turning it into abundance. You know? I'm more of a tom, but that's okay, man. You're still a fucking woman. There are good and bad ways of doing it. I'll rewatch it for sure. Yes. Love the sweetening spells. Yes. Pretty self-love. Yes. I want to buy the oils from a place called... I've seen those. I had some. I got I got a set of 3 from there in the mop. Like, I did the mop thing for the floor. And I did a couple of things from them. I got a couple candles from them. This was a while ago, but they did smell good. It upsets me. I tend to steer away from hexing. Yeah, do not do. Do not do. Actually, someone I know has turned away from the occult. He used to work with demons, but he had an experience of visiting hell. Yeah, so we don't want to do that. We don't know what to do. There's no reason. I get it. I totally get it. Like, I've been upset. I've been mad, but I would never, because I just have this knowing of, like, I don't want the repercussion of doing what you may have done. That's okay for you. That's enough. That's enough for me to know that, hey, you did that? You're going to hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just let that be the revenge of, like, I'm glad I ain't you. I'm glad I ain't you. Because you fucked up. And just me being me triggered you enough to fucking hex yourself? Okay, because that's all they're doing. Is they're hexing themselves. He still likes crystals and stuff. Who? Okay, yeah. I know some people go, like, full force one way and then full force the other way. I'll be honest, lately, I've been wondering, like, debating, like, am I doing things I shouldn't be doing? But it's because I'm seeing people doing so many bad things, and I'm like, no. It just reminds me, like, I go through these spurts, like, I'm like, should I not be playing with candles? But that's just a part of our world, too, where there's so many people that are, like, pushing their beliefs on us, and, like, people come here and they're like, oh, you're going to hell because you have some fucking little cards, you know, like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, and then there's so many contradictive things, and there's so many belief systems, so it's like, no, I'm not going to take on these negative, like, fear-mongering things. And I'm also, because I'm not a bad person, I'm not doing anything with ill will, I'm not trying to harm people, so I really don't feel like I'm going to be punished for trying to help. Like, doing this tonight was trying to help, you know? Thank you. Did it work well? Yes, it did, because that was actually another thing that I had done. That was one of the reasons why, like, when I could start walking again and the feet closed up, the holes and stuff, I wasn't, like, I started doing several different things at once at that time. Like, I had the mirror where my feet on the bed were, right? So they, like, my feet were in front of a fucking mirror every night, and I was just like, so duh, I didn't realize. And then and it's weird too, because as a kid, never let mirrors be in my room. But when I grew up, I was like, oh, whatever. And then I learned very quickly I shouldn't have been, oh, whatever. But I also did other things. Like, I started taking the warm wood, and I did the floor with that cleansing stuff, and a couple other things, like, right around the same time. But then the holes on my feet closed up, and it was just like, it was all around the same times. Oh my goodness, there's smoke in there too. The white one has smoke coming up. And I can't believe it's still going. Now he said he making deal with demons is short-lived. I hope he can be saved. Yeah, I would not do being on the making. That's something I would just not want to even explore. My uncle told me once, he was like, yeah, I kept looking up demons and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why would you even, like, that's like inviting them in by doing that weird shit. You're back on the wormwood? I was actually thinking about going back on it because I kept being, like, so tired and stuff. But I feel like that was a mixture of the energy shifts because I feel good again. But even my dad is on it right now and my brother's on it right now because my dad got Lyme disease and my brother got Lyme disease. And they're both taking wormwood. So, but they got caught up real quick. Like, well, no, my brother has it for a while and he's like freaking out. My dad got bit and got tested, had Lyme disease, and they gave him antibiotics, and then I told him to take the fucking wormwood. So I don't think my dad's gonna get impacted. My brother, I feel like he's on the I don't know, maybe the wormwood will catch it and get it. But I don't know, he's a hypochondriac, first of all. Just like me. Like, I flipped my fucking head out, right? And I made it worse. He might do the same thing because he's a lot like me. Even, like, worse, though, when it comes to that stuff. Like, he's this big, huge dude. But he's like, he's like a big teddy bear. You know? You wouldn't think that the things that get to him get to him. Ooh, what you do? Thank you very much, Paloma. I know what you mean. I still have my cards and crystals. I also have my belief in prayer. I don't like church, but I do believe. Yeah, I believe in a greater power. I believe that there's some sort of weird thing that happened here, and I don't think we're really gonna truly understand it till we're out of here. But that we kind of do go out of here too. Like, we're not limited here. It's like the belief that we're limited here, the belief that we don't know, or the belief that we can't leave, makes us see that, and that's I think by design. Because it's multi-dimensional. There's so many weird things that happen. I love the angels, yes. Heck no to the demons. Yeah, like, my uncle was being weird. He was drinking heavily, and he was like, and I had to go there with a medium to clean out his house. Like, it was a fucking weird thing. It was a whole weird thing. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Because he was, like, inviting demons in. I know, Jenny. I hope he doesn't get sick, but I know he just has a way of, like, making things, like we all can do. But I know he is on the wormwood, and I hope he knows that that's what fixed me. So maybe he'll be like, I'm gonna be fine because if it fixed her, it'll fix me. We have, like, similar thinking like that. Like, my sister's like, oh yeah, my boobs hurt too sometimes, blah 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 blah, and there's a bump in there. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna go to the doctor because she has the same thing and she already went to the doctor and it was fine. That's how stupid I am, but it's also not stupid because I believe that I could manifest it into being worse, but it's not. But I do think I do think he'll be all right. Either way. I've been needing to do this too. Thank you. Hope you're well. I am. And anybody who missed, like, the full-on thing, you can always go back and watch it from, like, when I started the candles and stuff. In the beginning, we were just chit-chatting about all the bullshits that has been going on in the energies. So the wormwood combination is a parasite cleanser, and when you get Lyme disease, you're basically full of fucking parasites that go through the blood-brain barrier and mess you up. But wormwood combination has, like, fern root, wormwood, clove, black walnut, a couple of different ingredients in there, and I just happened to see it one day. I don't know if any of you guys follow the guy on Instagram. He might be on other places, but he's a Pleiadian starseed, and he travels around right now. He wears a hat that says Pleiades. He always has the license plates and stuff that are showing it, and he talks about the codes. And he's like, 5515 will help you get rid of pain. Or blah, 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 blah will help you to boop, boop. I saw one of those videos one day, and I went into the comments, and it was the 5515 for pain. And people in the comments were talking about how they healed from Lyme disease, or they healed their son from Lyme disease, or this kid, or that person, or whatever. And they used wormwood. So I went onto Amazon, and I found wormwood combination for like $13 fucking, and I bought it, and I started getting better. My feet, the holes on my feet closed up, and my brain started working again. So yeah, like nothing else worked for me. I spent like $200 on Vimergy shit before that. I bought all the stuff from Dr. Rao, who was somebody else that went through, like, he did these things. He's a doctor that did this type of shit for Lyme disease, because he got Lyme disease. Didn't work. I bought the book, How to Heal Fucking Lyme Disease. Didn't work. I spent a long time trying to fix some shit, and none of it fucking helped until I got the wormwood combination. And even if you don't have Lyme, it's good for people, because yes, Book of Jonah. Even if you don't have Lyme disease, you probably do have parasites because of the foods. And like we deworm our dogs and our cats, right? If you have a cat, you most likely have some sort of thing. If you have dogs, you most likely have, if you've eaten meat, even other stuff. We have parasites and bugs in us regardless, but there's some that we don't want. I can't believe this. So this candle burned quickly, and it's still going, and I feel like this one might go out before this one. I don't know. It's like, maybe it's a tie, but this one is smoking. But yeah, it's very easy to do the wormwood. I took like 2 a day for like a month, and I felt so much better. And it's so inexpensive. That does house clearings. I asked her when I get my own place. Yeah, that would be good. We do it does. Cool. Thanks. No, you're welcome. Book of Jonah. Yes, I don't have, no. You don't, and it did help. So yeah, good. It helps. Look at the videos of the bug. Yeah. Look at the fucking videos of the bugs and now they're making like fake artificial meat. They just do so many bad things to us. We don't want it. You gotta protect yourself. If you there's so much shit in everything. Like, even water, man. I saw a thing the other day. They were like, we're gonna put the water under like, tap water under a fucking microscope, as opposed to holy water under the microscope. And both of them, even the holy water, had like nasty fucking shit in it. And I was like, ew, I don't want that. I just drink soda. But soda, like, I heard Coca-Cola now has like the nanotechnology in it, so whatever. We're fucked no matter what, basically. So we just gotta be a little proactive with the taking some supplements and deworming ourselves and doing things like this, because we're constantly being bombarded by 5G, by energy, by fucking asshole peoples, by ourselves, by the foods, by the waters, by the USDA. Oh yeah, they're fucking feeding us crickets now. We're eating crickets, and people don't even know it. And there's stuff that like, if I say, oh, this is a trade secret, I don't have to tell you what's inside of my shit. So if you're allergic to something that's inside of my shit, it doesn't matter. You buy it and you find out, because it's a trade secret. I don't have to tell you what essential oils I put in it. Because I have integrity and I'm not an asshole, I tell you exactly what's in there. Because I don't care if someone comes along and copies my recipe. They're not going to do it exactly like I do. I don't even do it exactly the same every time. If you get the Twin Flame Union candle from me this week and next week, there's a chance that it smells a little bit tiny different. Look, we have a fucking motherfucking monitor, spirit. You motherfucker, get out. Get out. My dogs are like, what? Not you. I'm gonna kill you. Who you want to monitor? I don't even want to touch you. Bastard. Alright. Sorry. I don't usually like to kill things, but I don't like monitoring spirits, and I felt like that was definitely one. You know? Yeah, the sawdust. They put a lot of weird shit in there, but this is taking a long time. The monitor spirit, it was a little fly. Did you see it? He's right there. Who sent it? Somebody that's wanting to monitor. Little fucker. I mean, even if I knew exactly who it was, I ain't gonna say, because they're monitoring. You know what I mean? We don't know. Even if they left the room, they'll come back. Because that's actually, oh, they might not, though. They might not. Let's see. Let's see who's monitoring. Give us a sign. Who's monitoring? Somebody with the Five of Swords energy. Could be an air sign, or it could just be somebody that we have had some bad karma with, or some, like, because again, when we cut cords like this, a lot of times it clears energy. So it might actually call people to come back around and be like, I want to reattach with you. So keep that in mind, guys. If you have an ex, especially we're going into Mercury retrograde, if you have a karmic ex or a toxic person in your life that you've cut off, they could come back around at this time because we just cut the cord. So they may have like a natural, like I used to cut cords with the guy that I was living with when like I went through my spiritual shit. I learned about cord cutting and all that. Cut the cords with him while I was still living with him, right? I did it one day. He came downstairs to hug me like immediately after. It was like he wanted to re-fucking connect immediately. He didn't know what I was doing, but he did know what I was doing on some level. You know, so be mindful of that. Like, don't, because we just cut cords from negative darkness, right? So, like, if some dude that's like, oh, I think he's my twin flame shows up tomorrow, he might not be. He might be somebody that you had a lot of dark cords with that might be trying to reconnect in a negative way, just because it's a natural instinct from, like, our karmic inheritance, right? But we're clearing that out, you know? It's okay to talk to them. It's okay to explore it, but be fucking careful. Don't be like, oh yeah, Bridget just did that thing, and so, like, he must be my divine masculine. He must be of all love and light. Don't get fooled, you know? Because it can go either way. He could show up because we cleared all the darkness, or he could show up because he wants to fucking spark the darkness, okay? So be careful. And this could be in any way. This could be with a friend, a family member. You might have something that just pops up that tries to re-trigger you or tries to record you. And I do recommend on a regular basis to cut cords. You don't have to go through this whole fucking process. Just call on Archangel Michael. Be like, Archangel Michael, wave your sword of light from my head to my toe all around me on all levels, please. And cut any cords that are no longer serving me, or anything that I picked up today that was no longer, like, that does not serve. That's not good. Any lower vibes, you know? He knows what he's doing. You don't have to worry about telling him what to do too much. Just trust that he knows, and he will cut the cords that are not serving you. But yeah, and then we got this too. So there's illusions surrounding these things too. Sometimes we think things are things that aren't, you know. Sometimes we misinterpret stuff. Maybe it was just a fucking little fly that I killed. I don't know. I just kind of weird time to show up, you know, and to be on the outside of the circle like he was. But we can transform anything that happens. Yeah, anybody that's like wanting to look at you in a negative way can send monitoring spirits. They may not, it's not like they're doing it, like they know it, but spirit, like, it's a representation of the energy. They're not like, hey, fly, go look at her. But it's like an energy thing that it's like, where did he come from, right? Okay, like, we've been in my room this whole time. Where did it come from? And it was a little tiny guy. Like, it was weird. It's just weird. Doesn't seem right. But we are healing. Look, Page of Swords. Somebody was looking. Somebody was peeking. Somebody that doesn't like what we're doing. It could have even been for one of you guys, you know? Like, it could be that somebody was monitoring your life and they don't like what's going on right now. They don't like that we're burning the cord. They don't like that you're moving on. They don't like that shit, right? Because their ego wants to keep you stuck. You know, they want to feel like, oh, you're just endlessly in love with me and feeling sad about it, and I can go do whatever I want. Well, you're burdened. Well, no more, because now no more. You can watch us go find our true love. You can watch us go find someone that speaks truth. You can watch us go do what makes our dreams come true. Yeah. Looks like yes, it did. And then lighter and spray. Very carefully, of course. Lighter and spray? She's just fucking torching shit over there. I'm surprised I was even able to hit the fly, because usually they're very quick. But the Six of Cups is here too. So we're reconciling at this time with what's going on in our lives. We're healing all of this stuff, you know. Things are working out in our favor. We've been doing the work. We're clearing the karma. It's time to let things go. The guy that did love spells on me keeps trying to visit me in dreams. This should help immensely, yes. Hopefully he will keep himself from doing stupid shit like that. And again, like, think of that, like how she just said that. Like, the guy who did love spells on me, this should help. That's why it's like, we shouldn't be doing love spells on people. because they're not going to be a fan of it. They're not going to be like, oh, you did a love spell on me to make me like you. It's just an immediate turn off. That's why it's like, it's okay to do a love spell, like on yourself, like a self-love spell, or like with the twin flame candle, the whole premise of that was like to help you to relax and to help you to engulf yourself in self-love, so that if there was issues there, they release that, you release that anxiety with the lavender, and you help yourself to fill up with the love with the rose. And a lot of people saw results just from that. But if you're full of self-doubt and anxiety and stress, and you're not loving yourself, you're usually not going to be a magnet for success in love. And if you're like trying to infringe on free will of others to love you, that's going to push them away from you, because that's just like creepy. You know, it's a creepy thing. It's like, if it's creepy on one side, it's going to be creepy on the other. Lots of cycles ending, yes. Thank you. I've been feeling stuck, but this is helping a lot. Awesome sauce. I'm glad it is. I had to turn the AC on because it's getting hot. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I will take my clothes off. So, like I said, this one burnt very fast because it had so much going on. This one burnt slowly, but then it caught up. And we saw how long it took for this one to go out. So I'm assuming this one's probably going to take a while too, because it still has some wax in there. But, you know, I'm going to watch it back and, oh, look, it even right there has black and white mixed together. That's cool. I think it's a success. I'm going to watch it back, speed it up, and do a voiceover to do like a little reading of it without me. Because like when I'm live, it's hard for me sometimes to like do both. You know what I mean? You saying that with me? I missed you too. I felt bad when I was like, oh shit, because I saw earlier tonight when I messaged you on my website, I had saw Brooklyn, New York showed up on like, somebody just visited your site, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot about Jenny. I've got to talk to her, tell her that I'm not mad at her or anything. I was just dying. My hair still looks wet. I did a what do you call it? I put coconut oil all over my hair today, and then I took a shower, but I didn't really I didn't shampoo it out. I just like rinsed the hair, so it's still like wicked greasy and wet. What's gonna come out in the flames? I don't know. I'm gonna see when I watch it back. I want to see like just interpret it. You know what I mean? Like look at which one was going faster, what I was saying at that time. You know, like. Because I was like channeling at the time, I had my eyes closed for some of it, but then when I opened my eyes, I saw that it was like starting to spark. And then I've been talking to you guys and reading your comments, so I haven't paid attention to the whole process. But I do feel like it was definitely a success. I was like that too. I kept saying, I told myself that I was really like not okay at all. Really not. My dad was like, what is the matter with you? Do you need to go to the doctor? Like, are you gonna, like, he was really, he moved back down into the basement. I think he thought that he was like bothering me because I didn't come out of my room at all. But I think he also just wanted to go back into the basement because up here is just so squished with two people. It's hard to explain. It's just too much stuff to fit up here. Because then neither of us go down there. And that whole room is just empty. So now he's down there. I can put my clothes in that room down there. We've been purging stuff, throwing stuff out. But yeah, it's been a difficult, weird time. You know, we see unicorns and shit. Oh yeah. I don't know what we'll see. Hopefully some good stuff. I had this side representing like the love and the light, and this side representing all the stuff that we needed to let go of. But I feel like because this is a collective reading, like a collective cord cutting, and there's going to be people watching this later, like this one might need to burn a lot longer because so many other intentions that are of not the light need to be transmuted. But I do think it was a success, and I do feel like, you know, it's going to work and help people immensely. Just knowing, just being there, just being a part of it, knowing it, and being like, oh my God, I'm not alone. Like, I have these thoughts too, or I've been feeling this way as well, or I thought that as well. Like, it just helps us. Yes, he does. And so does Honey Bunny. Honey Bunny goes in for her surgery on the 15th. I think, no, the 13th. He said, there's a pre-thingy and then an actual thing. I think it's the 13th. He said like a week from today. I don't know. That doesn't seem right though, because I'm like, how is it? I think it's 2 weeks. I think we have 2 weeks, but it's coming up quick. It's been coming up for a while, but she's getting her booby thing taken off. I felt the energy shift a couple days ago, but I definitely felt it shift even more, like the last 24 hours. I went to bed last night before like it got too late, and then I was up at 10 a.m. this morning, and I've been up all day. I didn't take any nap or anything like that, and I'm still like very energetic. But a week ago, I was in bed all day, sleeping. I didn't even shower for like 5 fucking days. Like, I was just sleeping. Like, I was not okay. Ready to die. And I wasn't in pain. I was just miserable. I felt this shit. Yeah. I think it's getting easier again. Hopefully, we'll stay on the upswing. But I've seen other people who do this type of stuff that are like light workers, people who are awake, saying the same type of shit. Like, oh my god, what the fuck? And then we've had those big solar flares coming in, like off the charts. There's just so much going on all the time that it's hard, you know. Surrender to your full power, we just got. Fingers crossed. I did need it. And that's what depression is we're in need of deep rest. That's all that is. We've been pushing ourselves too much and running from it. Sometimes we need to go into the darkness. Sometimes we need to be a hermit. Sometimes we need to feel it to heal it. It's also time for the new. It is. And it's look it. It's almost Lionsgate. It's almost Lionsgate, and that's abundant time. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. We're no longer hiding. We're no longer playing it small. We're ready for fucking support and love. We're going to allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything our fucking selves. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture us. We need that. We need goodness. That second Capricorn full moon fucked a lot of people up. A lot of people. We're not the only one. Oh, and miracles are coming with the dolphins. I just did the Syrian subconscious dolphin healing thing. If anybody joined, I'm launching my Patreon on 88 Lionsgate. And the 1111 tier, it's $11 a month, is one where you get activations every month. But I did the Syrian dolphin subconscious healing. I put that one in there. But it's also on my Etsy shop right now, and I think it's like $11, $11.11. I think I can't remember exactly what I charged on it. But it's with this. It's to do the subconscious, healing, to like heal the limited beliefs. There's a little bit of like journal prompts, and I still have some of these that I rolled in. This is like a sensual, sexual, sex magic thing, but it connects with that for doing. There's like a bonus homework with that. This is a separate listing on Etsy. You can just get this. It's like $10. And it's rolled in the Damiana, which is all about sex magic. And we put it out. It's out. Awesome sauce. But that one, you can get just the activation for like $11 on my Etsy, or you can order this, which is like an extension of it, and that's separate. Okay. So altogether, it'd be like $20 to get the activation, which is like 45 minutes long, and $20 for both, or 10. I also have like sales going on right now, so I'm not exactly sure on the prices, but everything in the store has been 25% off. But then I did a 40% off on like the courses and stuff, so like the Nooster rites, the Muneki rites, things like that. But this says, be open to miraculous occurrences miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. But yeah, the Syrian dolphin subconscious healing is available. Next month we go live on Lionsgate for the channel for the readings. So that's gonna be awesome sauce. That's gonna be awesome sauce. And no more fucking people pleasing. No more of that motherfucking bullshit. Because it doesn't serve us. It's not good. You're gonna hear me. Caps got hit hard, yes. And we're still getting hit right now. people were coming at me with that second moon and Cap telling me what to do. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's hard. But it's shifting. It's getting good now. We're getting good things now. But I know Capricorn and Taurus are still being impacted by the energies that are happening currently. And I'm like, oh, great, because that's all of my top 3, plus more, because for some reason they just made me all Earth this life. But, which is weird, because I'm all connected to the stars. You would think of anybody, I would be more like an air sign with all the fucking starseed shit. But no, I'm all Earth. It's maybe how they kept me grounded here. Because otherwise, I would not stay. Oh, yay! I put it out. So let's look at the wax real quick. See the dualistic boopity boops. It's awesome sauce. So yay! We did it. Thank you. I'm excited for Lionsgate too, because it's time for abundance and blessings and all the goodness. I'm hot. And I gotta feed the wieners. All the wieners. I move my room around. That helps too. Cleaning helps. Like, purging helps. Releasing helps. Doing the stuff that you can do. That's, like, even if it's just little tiny bits at a time, you know? Like, for some reason, I do think that him going downstairs has helped too, because it's like as soon as he was going downstairs, it was like I could spread out again up here, even though, like, it shouldn't have impacted up here. But it felt like I couldn't. But you know why? Because, like, I want to do things at night, and I would stop doing everything at night, like down there and up here, because I was, like, afraid he could hear me. So I'm like, I'm not going to move my bed right now because he's in bed. But during the day, I have no motivation to move my bed. You're welcome. Aqua Rising. Well, you know how you two are. I know. We're weird. But, now that room's empty, I can put, like, my clothes that have been on the couch, like, the chair down there. There's a chair down there, like, all my laundry's on. And then, the stuff that's up here, like, I'm going to put my crystals in there, my supplies in there, because, like, my plan is to sell as much as possible of, like, the candles and things, because I have so many bottles and tins and things like that. So I'm going to do them very discounted and just, like, do some batches of stuff, because I don't want to bring tons of stuff with me when we leave. So I'm gonna do the candles and the sprays. Like, I've got, like, so many, I can't even explain how many things are down there. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Like probably 48 little tiny 1 ounce bottles, and then like 48 like 2.5 ounce fucking tins, and then like 48 4 ounce tins, and it just keeps going and going and going. But I'm going to set them back up in that closet so it's easily accessible, put my clothes in there, and then take all the crystals down there. And I'm thinking about doing live sales with the crystals down there, because then I can, like, see them. They'll be organized. They'll be spread out. And I can just be like, everything in this jar is, like, $2. Everything in this jar is $5. And it's like, if you hit a $30 basket, you get free shipping, and just get these things out. Plus, with Patreon, I think it'll be easier for me too, because it's not like I'm trying, like, I can tell people there about stuff without, like, worrying about, like, a big amount of, like, too much. And again, it's all about where you are and what you're doing. But I do think things are shifting in a great way, that it will be much easier for me to do what I need to do, get rid of stuff, which people are going to be getting really good deals, because it's like, I could bring it with me, I just don't want to bring it with me. And I want to purge as much as possible. So other people are going to get good, great, awesome sauce deals. And the crystals, like, I spent so much time fucking collecting all those things and being crazy about it. And now I'm just like, okay, we need to let you go for a lot less than what you're actually valued at, just to let it go. Plus, the way that the fucking world is right now, like, a lot of people can't afford what they could afford before. And I did get good deals on stuff when I got it, so I don't need to make what it's worth. I just need to make what I spent, or even less than what I spent, because it ain't doing any good being here. You know what I mean? It's just here, taking up space. So I just give it away, but I can't give it away because I gotta pay to ship it to the people I would give it away to. It's like, I don't have any nearby friends to be like, hey, here's all these crystals. But if I did, I'd probably give them all. Question, at this new job, there is this new person, and she seems to ignore me. She's like 50, and she was like eyeing me up and down Women bring other women down. I keep to myself and do my work though. Should I still be polite or ignore as well? I don't like women like that. Like, I know exactly what you mean. I've had that happen many times with women. They just have an instant attitude with me, and it's like, okay, I'm still nice and polite. Like, I'm not going to be rude to them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be nice to them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be fucking, like, this is my etiquette at work. If I have to talk to you, I'm going to talk to you. But if I don't have to talk to you, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to people please you. I'm not going to be like, oh, but you have authority over me, or you have seniority of me. I'd be like, go fuck yourself. Like, no. And try to stay out of the drama. You know, like, if you start becoming, gossip type. I was just going to say that. If you start to become friends with other people, don't go into that whole gossip thing. Just stay out of it. Just stay out of it. It's not going to do any good. I don't talk to her at all. Yeah, don't. And I mean, like, if you start talking to other people there, don't go mirroring what she's doing by being like, what the fuck is wrong with her? You know, because then you're just dropping down to her level. Just rise above and know that people will recognize your value for not being like that and not letting that take you down to that level, because that's often what happens when you work with other women. And it doesn't matter whether it's in the spiritual community or the fuck. And I didn't think that when I first started working there. I didn't think it would be that way, but it was. There was some fucking jealousy and bullshits and fucking gossips in the spiritual community, and heavy fucking because some people who come to the spiritual community aren't spiritually gifted or anything. They're just crazy. And you can tell the difference, and I know you guys know, like, if you've ever spent some time in the spiritual communities beyond just, like, watching people who, like, if someone's on YouTube and they have a channel with a lot of people, they're most likely not going to be just insane, right? Like, they have some sort of value that they're delivering. But, like, when you go into a community in physical places where, like, these people are congregating, you can see the difference between people having spiritual psychosis and people who are spiritually gifted. But even people who aren't spiritually psychotic or having weirdo breaks and whatever, they can still be very heavily led by their ego and do, like, that bullshit stuff of having jealousy and, like, tit for tat and talking smack. And I was so let down by that, because when I woke up, it was like, oh my God, there's a reason to live. Life is so amazing. And then I came out of my little hole, because I had been put into the hole by the narcissist. And he was like, you can't go anywhere. You can't have friends. You can't have a job. You can't do nothing. So I was like, okay, stay here. And then he let me go out and have friends with the spiritual people, because I guess he wasn't fucking intimidated by that, or he was, like, so busy with his next fucking shit that he didn't care. But I was so, like, hurt by the fact that the people that I had thought were like, oh, they connect with angels. And they're like, they do Reiki. And they're la 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 la. I never expected to be burned or hurt in the ways that I ended up getting hurt by those people. That hurt me more than, like, people from high school being catty and bitchy. Because it was just, like, a wholly, like, unexpected, what? And I'm not saying that I'm above it. I do stupid shit too. I've talked shit. Like, we all have that within us. It's natural. But it was, like, I was in that bubble phase of, like, oh, the spiritual world is going to be so great, and everyone's going to be so nice, and they won't do anything bad to me because they're love and light. And they did the same shit. I trigger people just existing, me too. Some people love me, then they hate me, and most people do both. And I think that some of that's me too, because, like, I'm very blunt, and I just say shit, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe I would be having better friendships if I lied. Also, like, Jenny doesn't care that I fucking ghost her for 3 weeks when I'm feeling miserable and wanting to die. She understands it. There's other people out there who are like, what the fuck? You were sick and depressed and wanted to die, and you didn't even talk to me. Like, I'm sorry. I wasn't really up for much. I wasn't going to be good company. I don't even want to talk to me. I don't even want to be me. I'm sorry. But there's people so selfish that it just, like, they can't handle that. Like, me not wanting to hang out, me not wanting to be like, ooh, and pretend that I'm okay when I'm not. Like, if they can't handle that, then I don't want them as a friend, because it's not a good friend. A good friend is, like, somebody that's like, oh, that's not a personal attack on me. You're not being mean to me. You're just going through something that maybe I can't comprehend or understand. But, yeah. People are selfish. People are crazy. Spiritual power trips are the worst kind of. It's crazy, man. And like we all have these things. Like, I really try not to go down any of these paths, but like, and you know what happens is I bite my tongue for so long, and then it gets to the point where it's like, I'll do something and people are like, what? And I'm like, well, there was this and this and this, and I have like a fucking full year of shit to tell them. That is like, well, this is why we got to where we are today. But like, I attract covert narcissists. So covert narcissists are so good at being like under the table and under, like, they don't do it in front of other people. They don't say their weird shit. They, like, other people don't know. They act like they're your biggest fan and biggest supporter and biggest love. Oh yeah, but all the while they hate you. And I could not figure that out for the longest time with many people. And then I would like collect the fucking evidence over so many times and be like, okay, like, this is not healthy, this is not good. And even if it is just me thinking it, then it's still not good or healthy, because I don't want a friend that I am like questioning under, like, do they really like me? Are they being weird? Why are they giving me? And like the shit that they would say and do was like, no, you're not being supportive or nice. You're really like underhanding, like just backhanded fucking compliments all the time, you know? It's okay. Won't you love me even if you're dying, right? Like, pay attention to me. I don't care if you're sick. You did what you needed to do. Maybe you needed to do it by yourself. I know that you know if you, yes. And I know the same with you. Like, if you were really going through something, you would be like, Bridget! Like, I've done it to you. I've been like, what are you doing? Why aren't you talking to me? And even if you don't answer me, I'm not gonna, like, I'll just let it be. But there's been times that you were gone for like months and I'd be like, wait a minute, where's Jenny? Because I'm also ADHD, so like I have like object permanence with people too. Like, if you're not in my face, I might forget that you exist. It's not a personal attack. It's just who I am. I can even tell when people are jealous of me, but I pretend like it doesn't bother me. Yeah, it sucks. And people have a lot of issues with like that type of stuff, but that's because of the way that, like, try to forgive them too, because like they're jealous because they feel inadequate because of the way society makes everything out to be. And if you do something well, sometimes people don't handle that well because they don't feel like they do anything well. And if you don't know how to like uplift other people in a certain way, or like talk to people, like, it's like you almost have to know, like, I'm very good at adapting. I'll openly admit that. I'm very good at adapting and hearing what people are saying to me within their words, whether they're commenting or like an email or on the phone or whatever. Like, I can hear what they're saying without being said. And even like in person with body language and stuff like that. Like, and that's because of the hypervigilance as a kid of having to do that to survive and not piss off mom, and like other things that happened with my first boyfriend being physically abusive. Like, you get to read the room. And when you can read the room, you learn how to like not trigger people as much. But that also can go two ways. It's like, oh, now I'm gonna play it small, right? I'm gonna play it small so I don't trigger you. I'm not gonna tell you about my accomplishments. I'm not gonna tell you about the good things going on. But if you are a true fucking friend, you should be celebrating them with me. And that's the thing that we need to like figure out. But we can also read the room and empower other people and deliver things in a way without triggering them as much about our success or about our blessings or about our things. Because sometimes we might have a natural tendency to want to like flaunt something, and it's not maybe that we're doing it out of our ego per se, but it can come off that way, and then that sometimes makes people feel triggered. And if you're somewhat attractive, that can trigger people who feel like they're not attractive. Doesn't mean they're not attractive, it's just that they don't feel like they're attractive. So you being confident in who you are could attract people to be like, she's so full of herself, she's so self, did you see what she was wearing? Oh my god, I could never. What her parents must have blah 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 blah. What? No more people pleasing. Focus on your own happiness instead of trying to make everyone else happy. But that is something I'm working on because of that hypervigilance. But it's a good thing to have. You guys know, look up Chase Hughes on YouTube. He's like a behavioral expert. He's been like, he's got like all these tactics and things that he's learned. And neurosurgeon and all of that. And he talks about these things. I just started watching him. I didn't even know he had his own channel until like the Trump shooting happened. But he's usually on the behavioralist panel with like 3 other guys, and he's the one down here. He talks about like, oh, like the body language of all the people behind Trump at the thing, right? Like, oh, this one was doing this, and this one was doing that, and this one pulled her phone out immediately, and she acted like she knew exactly what was going to happen. Like, he does that stuff, but he also does it to that, like, he can teach you how to show up in a way where it's like, those types of things don't have to happen as much, you know? People won't be so, like, triggered by you. Thank you, Erica. I like you, too. Deviate the subject. Said I don't have a hairline. What? Wait a minute. What did I miss? Exactly. You're like, she'll be back. Where was Monica? Okay, I did read that part. I want to make sure that I'm not missing it. I space out too. Me too. I get distracted. I'm like the dog on Up. Screw? Screw? The other girl sits next to me. She commented on my ponytail, and then she said, I don't have the hairline for it. And I said something else about slick hair looking good on Trini from The Matrix. Deviating. Good. Yeah, that's a good way to do that. To adapt. Instead of being like, oh yeah, you shouldn't do that. Your head's fucked up, man. So, I saw somebody do that. Oh, I saw a little video today of these people who got a divorce, and they were like, oh, we don't fight anymore since you got a divorce. And she said something about how, like, you keep saying that I changed so much. And he's like, well, you have. And then she's like, how? And he totally changed the subject. She tried to bring it back to how did I change? And he still got away without having to say how she changed. Because I knew if he told her, it was going to trigger her. And he knew that too. So he didn't say so. But I think the way that she's changed since their divorce is she's very anxious. She's very emotional. She's very, like, very upset all the time. But they still get along. They're still good. But you can totally see, like, she's very open about the fact that she's, like, having mental breakdowns. And I identify. We're all having mental breakdowns. It's just part of being a woman. I'm also 40 now. So, like, I could, because, like, my hair started, like, really shedding a lot. And I'm like, is this, like, perimenopause? Because I keep seeing people talk about perimenopause. But I'm like, when is that even... But then I go to the store the other day to get my dad's cigarettes, and I'm at the liquor store, and I didn't have any makeup on. I had my hair up in a ponytail. I had on a shirt that's kind of like up here like this, and there was a girl there that I never saw before. They don't usually ID there because it's like they own it, you know, like they're another ethnicity. They own the store. They don't give a fuck. They're there when they want to be. They're not there when they don't want to be. I've never been ID'd in there, but she was like, can I see your ID, please? And I handed it to her, and she's like, oh my god! Oh my god! I thought that you were not 18. And I'm like, thank you, that's like 22 extra years. But our bodies are still that age, so I could be in perimenopause and not look like it. Who knows? Seriously, try not to take it personal anymore with people, but if someone come at me like an attack, then I'll fight back. Yeah, definitely don't let people fuck with you. My phone is dying, and I rearranged the room, so I'm gonna have to plug it in over there so that it. But yeah, don't let people fuck with you. You can fight back, even just like by rising above too. I always feel like back in the day when I was younger, I wasn't this way, but now that I've gotten older and like more wisdom, I love to fucking like whip people in the face with my wisdom rather than like the other day this woman, it pissed me off. It was a post about the horse trailers, right? When there's a horse trailer on the road and there's a car in front of it and they give space, right? They put that there's a car in front of that car that's trailing the horse, because if they need to stop, they need space. So that car that's in front of them is there for a reason. And if you cut in front of them, you're putting everybody at risk, including yourself. It's just like cutting in front of an 18-wheeler. You shouldn't be like right in front of an 18-wheeler, and they will slow down if you do, but you're an asshole for doing that shit because you're putting yourself in a difficult, like, you know, place where you could get hurt. And the horse in the picture had a baby underneath her. So, like, one wrong step, she's gonna hurt her baby. She's gonna get hurt, right? So we don't want to be breaking hard and shit. And in the comments, somebody had wrote, like, well, you know, it's like, what the hell did they say? It's like a vow. It's not a vow. It's, oh my God, I can't think of the right word for it. But it's like, when, like, it's a thing to live by, right? And the way that she worded it, she didn't say law. She didn't say vow. She said the other fucking thing for it. And the person was like, I can't find that anywhere. I can't find that in any of the law books. Like, where is this, whatever the fucking word is? And I was like, that's not what she means, man. She means like it's a thing to live by from in your soul. Like anybody with a fucking decent human brain, right? And I didn't say it this way. And I wasn't even rude at first. Because I literally saw what the woman meant was like, it's respecting your elders, okay? Like, it's like a saying. Like, this is a code. It was a code. She's like, there's a code, man. Like, don't do that. If you know there's a fucking horse in there, don't do that shit. And the lady's like, I can't find that code anywhere. That's not anywhere. Blah, 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 blah. You guys need to read the post again. And blah, 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 blah. And then she came and I said, I'm like, I don't think that's what she means by code. I think she means like, it's like something to live by. Like, you know, it's like just the right thing to do. You know, and I said, if there's an animal on the road, regardless if it's in a fucking vehicle or if it's on its own fucking feet, you should help it to get where it's trying to go. She's like, oh, I definitely would. But it's not, if it's in a trailer, it's not, that vehicle doesn't have any more rights than any other vehicle. And I'm like, you're missing the whole point. There's a fucking living, breathing animal in that vehicle. Therefore, immediately, our heart and soul should know that that is more valuable than any other fucking vehicle on the road. That is just a vehicle. And it doesn't need a law or an actual vow or whatever to be like, no, you don't fucking cut it off. You dumb bitch. Oh my God, it made me so mad. But I didn't say those things. The way that I said the things was like respect your elders, you know? And she's like, and that's all I had said to her. I'll show you guys. I actually screen recorded about it because I was so heated in the moment. Still upset about it. But yeah, I like to, because she didn't say anything back after that. And other people came. That's what I like too. It's like when I say something and I'm like, and I don't go to their level of being like just a douchebag for no fucking reason, which a lot of people do. Other people are like, oh my God, yes. And that gives you the confirmation to know that I made the right decision in that moment, to go with the wisdom and like to maybe hopefully teach somebody something that like you're just dumb. That you think that should be in a fucking law book to not hurt an animal or put it at risk because it doesn't have any more rights than my vehicle by the book. The book doesn't fucking matter, you dumb bitch. Oh, that's the rules of the road are different than the rules of your soul, right? Like there's the right thing to do. And then there's the asshole thing to do. And that's the asshole. I don't have to, so I'm not going to. Okay, so you'd rather kill? Like, you can see. I'm like, maybe you should read the post again, because you can see the horse with the baby under its feet. And that horse is going to die. And the baby under its feet is going to die because you don't believe that you should have left that room in front of it. Go fuck yourself. I don't know. I get a little upset about that stuff. But I'm going to go before I get too messed up and my phone dies. But let's see if I missed anything. Yes, just be smart. Use logic and wisdom, but I wouldn't show, like, what I just said, how I got, like, that didn't happen until after she came back with that thing, and I literally wasn't trying to be rude to her or mean to her, and she was acting like I was being rude or mean to her, and all I had said was, like, it's not an actual law. I think that's what offended her, is that I knew that other lady meant that it's a code to live by, not that it's a code that you're going to find listed in the law, you know, and I think that, even that could have triggered her, because, oh, I'm so stupid to not realize, so let me fucking spin it back around, like, well, it technically still isn't any more important than any other vehicle, and she kept calling it a horse float instead of a horse trailer. I grew up with horses. It's a fucking horse trailer, okay? It's not a horse float. What the fuck is that? Horse float is like when you're in a parade. And if the horse is in a fucking parade, you better damn well not be driving up to it. People like to, I do road rage. That's one place that I do let my fucking, if you want to see me get like crazy, go watch my little, my Amazon Flex rides on the BridgetRauDivineEssentials channel, the business one. when I first started that, I was like, sometimes we got to do, you know, side hustles to make it, right? So I was showing the Amazon flexes, and that's where my comes out. Horse float, right? Like, you're dumb. You're just dumb across the board. But I didn't tell her that. I didn't tell her that. Just think that. I think she's dumb. Maybe they call that in other places. I don't know. But even in the post that she was like telling everybody they should read again, it said horse trailer, not horse float. I'm like, why do you keep saying that? I'll definitely upload the little thing. You guys will see that later. I think I still have it. It was only like a 2-minute thing. I could probably fit it down into one of the shorts. Where I'm like, you can see exactly what she said and how stupid she is. I road rage very, especially out there doing that, because it's so stressful. Like, you want to get it done. People are dumb. They leave stupid notes. Amazon's fucking GPS is like the stupidest GPS I've ever used in my life. It was always screwing up, like recalculating and spinning, and I was like, where am I going? But I would get over it wicked quickly and be like singing again in the next moment. I think that's part of ADHD too, is like we get very dysregulated and overstimulated, and we go like, bleh, but then we're immediately back to like, like I can go from one very like, emotion to the next. I can go very deep in depression and stay there. I can go into very excited and happy and like manic, and I can also piss myself off. But even when I'm pissed off, it's not like I want to hurt you. I'm not going to drive to wherever you exist to kill you. I'm not going to hex you. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to think you're stupid, and I'm going to get over it. But when it comes to animals and other people, that's when I get the most triggered and the most like fired up. Like, if you're just mean to me, if like you came to my post or were picking me apart, I'd probably just delete it and ignore it. But yeah, I'm gonna go so that I can charge my phone, and I'm sweaty, and feed my dogs. But I will be back on 8/8 for the Lionsgate, and there was something else that I don't know. I'll be doing other things before then. But thank you very much, everybody. I hope you guys have a good night. Inune, namaste.